Time Travel Mater is a 2012 episode of Mater's Tall Tales, directed by Rob Gibbs, with Larry the Cable Guy as Mater, and of course Keith Ferguson as Lightning McQueen. And there are actually a few things that I like about this, and it started off amazingly. The title card says that this is a Pixar laugh-o-gram, and I love that nod to the very early Disney cartoons. Interestingly, because Disney and Pixar, although combined, do try to remain separate entities. Pixar still has quite a unique identity and a unique voice, which sometimes blends well into Disney, but it's interesting to have that kind of direct relationship there at the beginning. And in this one, in Mater's Tall Tale, he says that he has time travelled back in time and he meets Stanley. Stanley is basically the reason that Radiator Springs exists. And Mater realizes that if he alters the past, Radiator Springs may not exist in the future. And it's a little bit of a panicky short as Mater begins to work out what he has to do, and if he makes the wrong move, the entire future of him and Lightning McQueen and the rest of the cars could basically be wiped, because Radiator Springs as they know it might not exist. And I'm not going to say any more than that, because I think the narrative of all of the Mater's Tall Tales, I think this is the most complex narrative. It's not overly complicated that you can't follow it or that it's difficult to understand, but I think it had the most layers and the most substance to it. Stanley is a character I really like. I love the design of him. I love the emotive aspect of it, because it's one of the few Mater's Tall Tales where there is a genuine sense, assuming that it's a true story of course, there's a genuine sense that something big was at stake. And I found it to be really enjoyable. I love the aesthetic of the animation, of the kind of the past and how that was animated compared to the colours that were used in the present day. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know 100% if it's my favourite Mater's Tall Tales, but it might be. It might just be. I really thoroughly enjoyed Time Travel Mater. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of the Mater's Tall Tales series, I'd say it's definitely worth watching. If you haven't seen any, this is as good a place as any to start. Time Travel Mater is definitely a really beautifully done short.